Jeweled Amulet is an old-fashioned artifact from Ice Age that costs 0 mana and has a wall of text that's borderline unreadable. But to break it down, you pay 1 mana and put a charge counter on it, and you actually note the color of mana you used, and then you can tap it to get that exact color of mana back. And here's the simplified Oracle text that makes it a little more readable. By the way, gonna plug scryfall.com. If you haven't been to Scryfall, it's way more easier than Wizards of the Coast site, Oracle website. Highly recommend it. So give Scryfall some love. But other than that side rant, yeah, it's a little easier to read this. How useful is it though? So Ice Age had some interesting artifacts. I don't know how useful they are, but Ice Cauldron does the exact same thing as Jeweled Amulet, only it has way more text. And you actually exile a card with it and note the mana that you used. And then you can play the card with the mana that has to be the exact same colors. So both these artifacts, they work very similarly. There we go. I can speak today. I swear I can. So Jeweled Amulet and Ice Cauldron are a bit similar. They both basically put mana on layaway, which if you're like a really old person like I am, you might remember when you could go into a store and place items on layaway. It was basically like putting a down payment on a TV or a Sega Genesis or something like that. But yeah. And there are artifacts that have charge counters, but as you can see from this Oracle text, these are weird because you have to note the actual color of mana you use for both of these artifacts. So yeah, it's pretty out of the ordinary. But how useful is Jeweled Amulet? It's okay. The putting mana on layaway, or stashing the mana, if you will, is a little slow. That's slightly slow. In Commander, though, you can kind of get away with a little slowness. But that being said, this can see some use in maybe like an Urza deck or an Affinity deck, something that cares about artifacts. Then a zero casting artifact's not bad, especially one that lets you kind of store mana temporarily. It's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. It's like going to a cheap buffet. It's not the best, but for the value, it's good.